Some people have a hard time getting over the idea of somebody else copying them or stealing their ideas, but not you because you follow me, your go-to creative consultant that teaches you how to grow your creative mindset while developing an intuitive and productive brand strategy. This week, we are discussing copycats, how to deal with them, and how to move past them. The other day in group coaching, a client asked me how I can be okay with somebody else taking my talking points, my ideas, and my concepts, and then using them as their starting point to their business or their social media presence. So this excludes my coaching. And I'm not going to lie, watching people use my ideas specifically without credit or without working with me first has always been a sore spot for me, a weak point in my creative mindset, if you will. But here's the thing. There comes a point in your journey where you start to pivot from sharing other people's concepts, ideas, and quotes to creating and sharing your original concepts, ideas, and quotes. You just have to get to that point. So if I'm the reason, the inspiration, or the genius behind what sparked somebody else's pivotal point in their career, I will always be proud to be that person. And no one can take that away from me, no matter how much they would want to deny it, hide it, or not give me credit for it. I will always be proud to be that person. As long as that person reaches the point of making it their own, I truly don't let it bother me. Instead, I see their success as a win for them for finding their style, and a win for me for helping another person. Just like I would feel pride in helping anyone else, I choose to be proud of them, cheer them on, and encourage them to continue to find their footing and voice. Because at the end of the day, if you put yourself out there to inspire and teach, you can't be mad at who you inspire and teach. You have absolutely no control who you inspire, no matter how niched down you are. And if they never find that pivotal point where they begin to create something new from your idea and instead are just straight out copying you, I like to remind myself of two things. First, maybe they just don't know where to start and hopefully don't realize what they're doing is wrong because TikToks and Reels have rebranded copying and turned it into trends. And the second being, if they do know what they're doing, they will always be one step behind you because they have to wait for you to post your content first, and they don't know how to create something without you creating it before them. Remember, you can always set your boundaries and reach out to the person, but you should also protect your energy. I have reached out for credit, and most of the time the creator will correct it and apologize, but there have been times where the person refuses to admit that I've inspired them, or that they took my idea in one way, shape, or form, or that they didn't credit me when it was actually my work that they were holding up, or that they claimed they never saw my TikTok because it just doesn't show up on their For You page. Is it just a coincidence? Neither of us, I will never know. They will. And rather than allowing that negative energy to consume me, which is completely possible, I protect my energy by changing my perspective. And sometimes it's easier to accept that there's always going to be that one person who refuses to credit you, and you just have to be okay with blocking them instead of allowing them to continue. Don't be fooled. If somebody steals your intellectual or creative property and are reselling it as their own, I definitely believe in taking legal actions for plagiarism. But when it comes to my energy, for somebody copying a concept and trying to recreate it as their own, there's a huge difference. For those of you who don't know, an easy way to determine if somebody has actually plagiarized you or not is if somebody recreates something that you've created and it has 7 major differences, it's actually and legally not plagiarism. This is something that I learned while being in graphic design school. 7 major differences, slight differences, just 7 differences in general, and they've recreated it themselves. Sadly, it's not plagiarism. Hopefully today's episode helps you get past when it feels like somebody has or is still copying you. And I hope that your biggest takeaway here is to keep doing what you're doing, because clearly you're doing something right if somebody else wants to or tries to copy you. In the meantime, I'll see you on TikTok.